Welcome back. Let's take a look at the following problem. Paul sells tractors for a local supply shop. He earns an hourly wage of $12 an hour. He makes $12 an hour, and he works a 40-hour work week. So 40 hours per week. Okay. He also receives a $100 bonus, $100 for each tractor that he sells. He receives $100 for each tractor he sells. So this is his income for the supply shop. If Paul wants to buy a new TV that costs $1,250, how many tractors does he need to sell? So he needs $1,200 for his new TV. Okay. This is supposing he's not dipping into savings or anything like that. He needs to earn all this money this week. Write an equation that describes this situation. So this is a standard form equation, and let's remind ourselves one more time what a standard form equation looks like. We have ax plus by equals c. This is our standard form equation. So let's go ahead and label some of these variables. We have 12 hours, or $12 an hour is his hourly wage. So let's call this A. So we have A equals $12 an hour, or we'll just call it 12. B is ironically for bonus. Let's go ahead and label $100 as his bonus for each tractor that he sells. And C is the amount of weekly income, or the income for this particular week that he needs to earn to buy this new TV. So C is going to equal $1,250. If he earns more than that, we're not worried about that, but we just want to learn. We want to know that he makes $1,250 so he can get in front of his new TV. All right. We need to know X and Y. We have a total of 5 variables that we want to know the value for every single one of them. X is, well, we labeled A as $12 an hour, which is his wage. So X is going to be the number of hours that he worked for that week. So X is going to equal 40. So if he wants to know how much his wages are, it's $12 an hour, 40 hours for that week, which is A times X in our standard form equation. And Y is going to be the number of tractors he sells, because B times Y is in our standard form equation. So if we want to know his income from selling tractors, we want to know how many tractors he sells times how much he earns for each one. So Y is what we want to solve for. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in these values into our variables in our standard form equation. So we have A, which is 12 times X. X is 40. Plus B. B is, well, B is not B. Sorry, B is 100. We're labeling the variable B as the amount of income that he gets for each tractor sold. So B is 100. Times Y, Y is what we want to solve for, equals C, which C is 1,250. Okay, so we can simply multiply these and isolate our variable Y on the left side, and we want everything else on the right. So let's go ahead and multiply 12 times 40, which is 480, plus 100Y equals 1,250. We're just rewriting the rest. Let's go ahead and move 480 to the other side by subtracting both sides by 480, which leaves 100Y on the left, and on the right side we have, looks like we have 770. Go ahead and divide both sides by 100, which will cancel this term, so we have Y equals 770 divided by 100, or just 7.7. So Paul needs to sell at least 8 tractors per week to earn that, this week to earn that $1,250. We can't round down and call it 7, because if he sells 7 tractors, he's going to be a little short on the $1,250 that he needs. So he's going to go ahead and need to sell 8 tractors. He'll have a little bit left over, but at least he'll be able to buy that new TV. So this is a standard form equation, and we need to identify it as such. When we're looking at our word problem, we need to set up our equation so that we're actually solving for the question being asked. We want to know how many tractors he needs to sell to earn a certain amount of money. Okay, so We need to round up on this one because he needs to sell at least 8. If he sells 7, he's going to be short. So we want to make sure that the answer makes sense. And that's what I'm talking about making sure the answer makes sense. Not only numerically, but just make sure it makes sense in a real-world application. So just look at this video a few times, make sure you fully understand it, and I'll see you soon.